This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So as I was saying, the agenda will be the first thing. We'll be showing basic circuit of electrical vehicle drives, then battery charging and discharging system, electrical motor, then how to control the speed of that electrical motor, then how we can transfer that speed to wheels by using mechanical transmission. Then recently introduction to that library. Then DC circuit design by taking a small circuit of lighting circuit of the car, left and right indicators of a car. Then how we can use the troubleshooting tools and one demo file of dashboard and light animation. And then we have created one electrical vehicle demo file. We'll be demonstrating that. Okay, so I'll be showing the demonstration in educational itself. So first we will draw a basic drive system. For that, I have used electrotechnical library. In electrotechnical library, if you go on the batteries, there are different types of batteries we can find here. So we can take one IEC compatible battery, and then for the converter in power, in energy converters, we have this inverter and rectifier. So I'll take that and just zoom the components. And make the connections. So now if you see this battery has got different types of models. For example, right now we have these three different models: a simplified model, advanced model, and a DC voltage source model. So you can select, and accordingly the parameters will change here. Apart from this, if we go into the technical specifications of this battery, here you can plot or you can include a charging and discharging graph for this battery. So for example, like here there are these different types of batteries available in the markets. So if you select that particular type of a battery, the default curves for the charging and discharging will occur here. If you want to edit or if you want to change the curve, you can just click and you'll get the access to the points of the curves and you can edit the curve accordingly. The above one, the thick line will be the charging curve and the dotted will be the discharging curve. So right now I have taken this particular specifications of the battery with the rated voltage of 24 volts. Then the next component, I have taken it as the inverter or rectifier bidirectional component. So what this will do is the input for this component will be the DC voltage that we get from the battery, whereas the output of this component will be a line voltage. So to control the speed of motor, we can either control the frequency or the voltage. So in this example, what we will be showing is we will be taking one pedal and we will be varying the frequency of this component. And by varying the frequency of this component, we will be varying the output line voltage, and that line voltage will vary the speed of the motor. So I'll just connect a motor, a three-phase motor, and one ground. Okay, so this is the basic circuit. Now for varying the frequency of this particular, if you double click on this particular component, in variable assignment for it, you will get access to the different parameters of this component like frequency, DC voltage, line voltage, you'll get the access. So I'll go in the drives and transmission. From here, sorry, from environment and control, from here I will take one pedal.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
do we have access to the internals of this rectifier?
Yes. Like the properties of it?
Yeah, changing the properties if I need.
Yes. Yes, you have. I'll be showing that.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So that's what we are doing right now. So right now, this particular rectifier, we have the access to its frequency, line voltage, and DC voltage. So what we are doing now is we'll be taking a pedal and we will be changing the frequency of this rectifier using a pedal. So for example, I'll take a frequency of ranging from 0 to 50. So for that, I'll need to change the minimum and maximum output signal of this pedal. So minimum I'll keep it 0 and maximum I'll keep it 50. So what I'll get is the output of this pedal will be a frequency ranging from 0 to 50. Now I want to apply this frequency to the rectifier. So this, I'll double click on this rectifier, and in the variable assignment, you have the frequency variable for this. So I'll select this frequency variable and I will link it to pedal. This PD is the output signal of the pedal. So now what we have done is we are varying the frequency of this controller with respect to the pedal.
Madam, can you make your screen a bit big? Your screen is too small, at least seen by me.
Okay. This is the maximum for now I can make. Is it visible? Is it better now? Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay, thank you. So what I was saying, yeah. So right now we have taken this pedal and we are varying the frequency of this rectifier. So it will be from 0 to 400, 0 to 50. So the next thing is we want to vary the line voltage depending upon the frequency that we are giving. So for doing that, we can take a PID control device. In this PID control device, you can write a equation. The output signal, I will name it as VL because the output will be line voltage VL. So in this control device, you can add a equation and that output voltage will be linked to the output line voltage of this rectifier. So now I am writing a equation such that if the frequency varies from 0 to 50, in proportion to that, my voltage or line voltage should vary from 0 to 400. Okay, so there is a scaling factor of 8, like 50 into 8. There is a scaling factor of 8. So I can just double click on this component, and in here in the output variable I can write the equation that I want. So here I'll write the equation like 8 into the pedal signal. Okay, 8 into pedal signal means whatever will be the output of pedal frequency, that will be multiplied by 8. And this calculated result, that the line voltage VL will be linked to the line voltage parameter of the rectifier. So if you double click here in the variable assignment here, now you have this variable line voltage. this line voltage variable will be now linked to VL. Okay. And as we are controlling the DC voltage by the battery itself, I'll make it as 0. So now we want that this particular component control device will give me an output ranging from 0 to 400. So we will need to change the minimum and maximum signal of this as well, of the control device. So the minimum signal for this is -100. We will make it maximum we will make it as 400. Okay. Now, if you see, if I start the simulation, this is the pedal. If I vary the pedal from 0 to 50, accordingly, you can see here the line voltage proportionally varying with respect to the frequency. We have given maximum frequency 50 Hertz will correspond to 400 volts. So we are achieving that here. So apart from this, if you want to add a condition like the motor should start only when I am giving ignition, that also you can do. For example, all you need to do is include a condition of ignition in this particular control device. Okay, so if I go here in electrotechnical, I will take one battery, ground. I will take a multi-position switch. In control, I'll find the switches in control, multi-position switch. I will take one 2-position switch here. And to the second contact of this switch, I will add one input or a digital input. I will name the variable as ignition. So this digital input, we will need to change the parameters of it because the battery we have given it as 24 volts. So accordingly, we will need to change the values of this particular digital input as well. So the rated voltage of this, it will be 24. So now in this control device, we will add the variable of that particular ignition. So right now we have the condition only that 8 into the pedal signal, but along with it in AND we will add the ignition input as well. So until and unless ignition is received, there will be no operation taking place. So now if I start the simulation, and even if now I vary the pedal, there will be no voltage because I have not turned on the ignition. So I'll turn on the ignition, and now you can see the motor moving in the forward direction with that particular speed. Depending upon my frequency, I am varying the speed of the motor. I'm controlling the speed by varying the factor or parameter frequency here. Okay.
Madam,
Yes.
Shraddha Madam, Irani here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What I would like to understand one thing, ma'am. Now this is where as far as the electrical and electronic is concerned, right up to the motor.
Yes.
But this motor is connected to a wheel.
Yes.
Connected to a wheel, there are things called as lags, inertias, and drags.
Yes.
So it will not behave exactly as your pedal movement. The behavior initially, momentarily will not be the same. How is that shown or compensated?
Oh, okay, sir. I'll first show it how we are connecting it to the wheels.
No, I hope I
And
have been able to. My question is clear to you.
so can you repeat?
See, the motor is connected to a wheel. The
Yes.
wheel is on the floor. It is touching the
Y-
ground. There is an
Yes.
angle to it. This wheel has got a heavy body sitting on top of it. The soil under
Yes.
this wheel is different at all times.
Yes.
So
Just a minute.
instantaneously on a continuous movement position, uh, because the motor you are showing is directly, or I don't know, you need to clarify that the minute the impulse on the switch changes or accelerator paddle changes, the motor will change. But that is not true. In real world, that is not what will happen.
Yes. Okay. So the load torque of the motor, sir, it will be linked to the wheel. In the
Correct.
wheel,
Yeah.
yeah, in the wheel we have this particular properties. If I what I have done now is I have taken this wheel here from the drives and transmission. I have taken this wheel here. Okay. So if you click this wheel here, you have the access to the torque curves as well. So here you will be adding the angular damping coefficient of the wheel. Here you will be able to add the moment of inertia, and in the torque curves, here you can add the torque curve, like the speed and the torque curve that is required. So it will be taken care here in the wheel by accessing these particular properties and the graph of the torque curves.
ये मैं कर रहा zoom कर रहा हूँ सर. एक ही view है, view.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry, Shraddha, I missed you.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
here now you have taken the load condition, that is the tire condition.
Yes.
Now, because of the external world conditions, real world conditions, there is a reverse action on the motor and the system, electrical system,
Yes.
at least momentarily when you are setting up
Yes.
or when that acceleration is provided. Now, where is that reverse feedback loop?
Yes, sir. Now I'll be showing
I
that is
hope.
what that's what.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, yes. What I was saying is, yes, right now we have just taken the electrical motor, and now by using the transmission mechanical units, we will be connecting or will be establishing a link between this particular electric motor and the wheel. So that link will be used to give the feedback. Okay. So for example, so far what I
Okay.
have showed is, yeah, so far what I have showed is we have just achieved here varying speed. Now the next task is we have to connect that speed or to this wheel. So it will be not just the speed that will be connected to the wheel, all the properties of this motor and this wheel will be linked to each other with respect to this transmission devices. For example, if you go here in transmission, here we have, just a minute,
Sorry.
transmission. We have this mechanical jump. By connecting this mechanical jump, it will establish a link between the motor variables and the wheel vehicles. So I have taken one mechanical jump here. I will name it as M1. I will take one tachometer. I'll take one more mechanical jump to give the. Now this jump, I will be linking it to the mechanical jump that I have attached to the motor, that is M1. So now what I have done is this shaft, this M1 is linked to this input of the tachometer. First, I'll take one gearbox. By using this gearbox, I can adjust the speed ratio and the direction. So right now I need only two shafts, one input and one output. Direction I need positive, and ratio suppose I take it as 0.2. Okay, then I'll be taking one more tachometer, so it will measure the output of the gearbox, like the output speed of the gearbox, and then I'll be giving it to the wheel. Okay, so now if I start the simulation, I'll on the ignition, and from this pedal, now when I'm varying the speed, the frequency, this is the speed that I'm getting from my motor. And as I have added a gearbox here, it is dividing it. I have added a ratio of 0.2 in the gearbox. So accordingly, the speed is reduced by the gearbox and it is given to the wheels. So this transmission shaft that I have connected here is a connecting element with this motor. So any effect happening on this motor, also on these wheels, will be linked to this particular motor here, and accordingly the required changes will be done depending on the feedback received. Is it clear, sir?
Can you just reduce the current to the accelerator pedal very slightly?
Current to the accelerators?
This is your accelerator. Your
Yes,
switch.
sir.
So just reduce the switch.
Actually, sir, we are not using current here. We are just using the frequency as a like the speed of this motor.
Okay.
We are
Just
controlling
reduce
by
the
frequency. Reduce the frequency, you said, sir? I was not
Yeah,
able to
reduce
hear.
the frequency.
Okay. Yes. So as I'm reducing the frequency, the speed will decrease.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That is the problem. You see,
Okay.
because of real world and electrical, the mechanical and electrical, there will always be a lag, either forward or reverse, and that is, I can't see it. The minute I reduce it, my wheel immediately stops reducing RPM. There is some amount of momentum, there is some amount of inertia.
Yes,
Only
sir.
after that momentum and inertia is overcome, then I will be matching the motor speed.
Yes, sir. It's
That is not
absolutely.
happening.
Yes, sir. So, yeah.
The minute you touch the frequency, immediately my RPM reduces.
Okay. Yes.
In real world, it doesn't happen.
Yes, sir. Because right now, if I double click on this wheel, here the moment of inertia is kept as 0. By default,
No, I am talking about when you go to 67 miles per hour or kilometers
Okay.
per hour. When you press the accelerator, today it is right now it is 0 because of frequency. You have not fed any frequency to the motor. So because you have not made any frequency, so input RPM is 0, output RPM is 0.
Okay.
You see on the left hand side where your input RPM is, that is your motor RPM. And on your right hand side is your wheel RPM.
Right.
This should not happen immediately.
Okay.
There, in real world, there is a slight lag or a drag, either whether you go up in frequency or whether you come down in frequency.
Okay.
In either way, there is a lag or a drag.
Yes. Yes.
You got me?
Yes, I got your question, sir.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes,
So
Sarang,
somewhere,
can you answer this if
somewhere
you
the
can?
difference of RPM has to be absorbed.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, you are correct. The difference, what you are saying, the lag or the drag, in simulation, if we want to do that, we will need to define a moment of inertia for that particular component. So in motor also, we have one parameter, moment of inertia, and in wheel also, we have the parameter of moment of inertia. So like,
You can't do that.
yeah,
May I know whom I'm talking to?
it's Sarang.
Sarang,
Yeah.
you cannot control, there is no control on the moment of inertia of the wheel.
No.
It is continuously changing depending upon the terrain. The
No.
terrain, the road, the type of soil, all this will be continuously changing. So
Yes.
I cannot apply one value to it.
Yes, sir. You are correct. See, the moment of inertia will be for the inertial quantity. So, like if you push any box, it will have some initial resistance, right? So that is what we define in the moment of inertia. The one which you are talking about, the difference in the terrain or something like that. So that will come into the load torque curve. Okay, so in the motor, see, we have an option to define a motor torque curve. So here, with respect to speed, you can define the load torque curve, or with simulation, like if you run the simulation and if you click on the motor, you can change dynamically the load torque of the motor. So as like so Shraddha, can you just run the simulation for the motor, remove that jump, the mechanical jump. Okay, so we will not consider the mechanical jump right now, and if you run the simulation, turn on the motor. Okay. Yeah, so like see, say this 22 frequency, we have the speed of 699, but here the constant load torque we have kept at 0. So what you are saying is, if the terrain changes, the load torque on the motor can change. So you can control this parameter. So as the load torque changes, you can see the speed will change, and accordingly the consumption of the motor from the source will change. So to adjust to simulate the terrain of the vehicle, the low and ups in the terrain, you can control the load torque curve of the motor. That's how you can control.
Okay.
Okay, so similarly, like here we are just clicking on the motor and changing that. You can change at the wheel base also. So on the wheel also you can change the load torque curve, and with the mechanical jump that will be transferred to the motor, and that's how you can see the terrain changes. Okay. I hope I answered your question.
No, it is partial, okay, because this is Automation Studio still stepping into it. You see,
Yes.
Yeah,
In,
means yeah,
in other models, from the output shaft, there is a feedback loop which is given back to the input of the rectifier. And there is a continuous balance which takes place between the motor speed and the torque speed.
Okay. So this shaft is the same shaft, sir, you're talking about, that this shaft is giving the feedback. For example, like this pedal, as I'm changing the frequency of this component by using this pedal, the load torque of
Fine.
this motor can be adjusted by three ways. It can be adjusted by the curve, as Sarang said. You can adjust the load torque curve of this motor. One thing. The second thing is you can take a pedal and link to the variable of this load torque curve, and during the simulation you can vary it. For example, if I double click on this motor, you have the variable of load
Yeah.
torque curve here. Yeah, sorry, variable load torque.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I know how to, I understood
Okay.
how to place it up. I know where it is and up to what level we can go about with this.
Okay.
This will, see, I was looking at the automotive module going up to IITs and NITs. It will not go there. But in basic UG level, where the fundamentals of electric automotive vehicle is to be taught, this is fair and good enough. Fair and good
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
Because I have to look at I'm looking at not just the product, but I have to look even at the product placement. Where
Yes,
do I
sir.
place it? ठीक है ना, refine होगा इसको, not a problem. Please continue, dear.
Yes. Yes, sir. And
Please continue.
if possible, I'll take your question, and also I'll get back to, I'll ask the Montreal team if they have a better answer, sir. We'll definitely communicate it to you.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please
Yeah.
proceed. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Okay. So this was about wheels.
The,
Like, yes.
can't we show physical connection between motor and shaft?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat? Can't we show the?
Physical connection in between motor and shaft.
Yes, sir. This
There is a space
mechanical
in
jump.
between.
No, actually, sir, this part, if you see, it is a electrotechnical module. Okay, so the connections and this is done by wires here. So
Okay.
the output of this electrical motor is the speed, and for that we will be needing mechanical components. So those mechanical components we are taking from here, the drives and transmission elements. So
Okay.
it won't be having any ports to connect. It is just the shaft. So for creating that link, we have used this mechanical jump. If it would be an electrical circuit, we could directly show the physical connections by wires. But the shaft won't be connected by wire to this motor. That's why we have taken this here. If you want to show the representation, all you can do is just show it like this. It won't affect in any way
That's what.
because there is
Yes.
yeah, because there is no
I mean, this technically, this this should not be any problem, no, for understanding.
yes, right.
Fine,
So
fine,
it
great.
can be showed in
This
this
looks
way.
good.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now what we saw is just the, so far we have taken this drive system, we have controlled the speed of electrical motor by changing the frequency. We have given that to the gearbox, and then that gearbox we have connected to the wheels. But also if you want to add some CAD, if you want to give some indicator type of animation, that also
Shraddha,
we can do. Yes.
Shraddha,
Yes, sir.
are there any choices of these gearboxes?
Yes. If you go here in power units, sorry,
Yeah, because it
here.
is too small and I can't see the drop downs. I'm just asking.
Yes, sir. You can change it to number of positions. Right now, I had edited it because I just
No
wanted
problem.
one input. Yes,
No problem.
you can change it. Yes,
No problem.
you have the options.
Please continue.
Okay, so what I was saying is, so far, if you want to give it some visual aspect, like if you want to give a animation or a indicator type of look, you can use the CAD from here, and you can link the angular speed variable of this motor to the CAD. We are having less time, so I'll directly open the file that I have here. So we have taken this CAD here and this pointer, and we have linked the angular speed to this pointer. So if I turn on the ignition and vary the pedal, the pointer will move accordingly to the speed. That is depending upon the what rotation angle you want to give. So right now we have given full minus 360 to minus 360. So depending upon the speed, the indicator will operate. Okay, so you can give this CAD animation as well. I hope you are aware about how to use the CAD and link the variables to it, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, and then what we have done is we have just taken one plotter, and in this plotter, we have plotted, we have added this frequency pedal and the output voltage of this controller or the control device to see that the output voltage is linearly varying with respect to the frequency. Okay. Yes. So this was one of the file that I had to show. Then the next part, it is like the DC electrical components and the lighting of a car. So just before proceeding, sir, I just wanted to know, you have time, right? How much time you have left, or is it okay to extend a little? We had scheduled this for 1 hour, so it will it be okay to extend a little bit, or we have to finish it sharp 12?
How far, how much more time you'll require?
We can like after 12, 10, 15 minutes, like till
Ah,
12:15 or something.
you can go right up to
Okay.
12:30 here. Don't worry. Continue.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
So after this, I'll be showing you, like if you see here in DC electrical, okay, in here in electrical, we have added this new library of DC electrical. So in this, for educational market to have a more realistic appearance of the components are designed accordingly. So this is a motor. The operation is same like the regular generic library components, but just CAD is given to it so as to have a realistic view. So in this particular DC electrical library, we have different potentiometers, then ceramic, different types of push buttons, switches. I'll just expand it. Then LEDs, buzzers, capacitors of all kinds, polarized and all, 555 IC, then batteries, DC power supply, connectors, transistors, the DC motor that I have just shown, also a function generator. So all this we have just added in this new recently added. So I just gave you an idea that we have these components as well. So then the next thing, it was like DC circuit design and simulation. So for different operations of car, we can design simple circuits like lighting of the like left indicator, right indicator, or in case of hazard, both the lightings left and right. So for that, we have this circuit here. So right now these components are taken from a generic library here and not the DC electrical, but we can use the DC electrical as well. So from here we have done the same thing. We have taken one battery, 24 volts battery. Then we have taken one 3-position multiple position switch. To one of its position we have added one relay coil for left indicator. So this relay coil, we have taken one contact of this relay coil here KF4 and added a lamp. So whenever the position of the switch will be at third position, the left indicator will be on, and whenever it is at second position, the right indicator will be on. So here we are manually controlling the left and right indicator. And this again, this particular coils we have linked to the animation. Like we have taken this, for example, if you see this particular coil is named as R2. So the output of this particular coil R2 we have linked to the visibility variable of the CAD. So this visibility is like this variable is linked to R2, and along with that we have given one blinking animation. So the light will be blinking for 0.5 seconds. So this blinking animation is given. So if I start the simulation, right now it is at 1, nothing is connected to the position 1. So if I take it at 2, the right indicator is on as this circuit is completed. And if I take it at 3, the left indicator is on. Okay. So this was a manual control, like we have just used the switches. But if you want like a hazard, like at there is a situation when both the right and left indicator should be blinking together. So in that case we have taken one more example. For example, this circuit. In this circuit we are not using manual 3-position switch. We are just pressing the buttons, and we have included SFC diagram in this, and the SFC will be controlling the blinking of right, left, or both the indicators. So what we have taken here is instead of one multi-position switch, we have taken two contacts, contact 1 and contact 2. Contact 1 will be controlling the right indicator, contact 2 will be doing the left indicator, and both close together will be doing the hazard situation blinking, or both together. So as an input we have taken this 3 push buttons, left indicator, hazard, and right indicator, and we have drawn we have programmed a simple SFC logic. Like the initial stage, both the contacts will be open. The contacts what I'm talking about are this, as these are the controlling features here, these two contacts. So at initial stage both the contacts will be 0. Then whenever left indicator push button is pressed, at that time the respective contact will be closed, and then the respective coil will be energized. Until and unless that push button is released, it will stay in the same state. Once it is released, it will go back to the initial condition. So when hazard push button is pressed, both the contacts will be closed and both the lights will be simultaneously blinking. And then in the third branch, here we have taken the right indicator. So by SFC, we are controlling the lights here. So if I start the simulation, if I press left indicator, it will blink the left light until and unless I have kept the push button pressed. If I release it, it will stop. Then for hazard, both the lights will be blinking. and for right, the right indicator. Okay, so in this way you can design the DC circuits or uh, by using the DC electrical library or the generic library. Also for troubleshooting, you can use this different failure analysis. Sorry, in simulation you have this components. You can use this to measure the particular voltages, currents. So you can use this multimeter, multi-clamp meter to measure the voltage across the coils. You can just I hope you're aware about how we can use the troubleshooting components. So by using this troubleshooting components, you can diagnose the circuit or uh, analyze the current and voltage values or the other features of the components. Okay, just let me check. Yes, so we have one circuit to show. Sarang will present you that circuit. I'll just make you the presenter, Sarang.
Yeah, thank you. My screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, like what Shraddha showed, like the basic circuits, how we can draw and how to do the linking and all that part. The more complex projects, like this is one of the example of that. How to do, here we have simulated the model of electric vehicle. So to explain, like this is the basic battery which is drawing the whole electric vehicle. These are various controls. This is dashboard. The power consumption from the motor is shown over here. The speed is shown over here. This is the controller. Like this is the controller of the vehicle. So it is basically taking a DC supply from the battery and it is converting into variable AC. So variable frequency and variable voltage is fed up to the motor. This is the motor. The accelerator, right? So in earlier example, Shraddha was directly controlling the frequency and voltage of the converter. Here we are like use the more realistic approach. So like these are the rheostats. Okay, so as we press the pedal, so this is the accelerator or the pedal. As we press the accelerator, the resistance in these rheostats will change. That is detected by this voltmeter, and in the logic we have written, as the voltages of these reading changes, the output of the inverter changes. So the variable frequency and the voltage is depend on the readings by these voltmeters. Okay, so that's how we have connected the variable AC output to this motor. So that's we are controlling over here. Then this is one gearbox to change the direction of the motor, so forward or the reverse direction that we can choose. Then the braking, for the brakes we have given this particular brake button. So if we press this button, the motor will stop. Okay, so again, if I just run the simulation, so the normal basic functions that you need for the vehicle that we have designed over here. So like first I will show the manual mode. We will put the motor or the vehicle into ignition mode. So I will put the vehicle in ignition mode. Then I will choose the forward direction. So this context will close. I will open the plotters and so when I will accelerate the motor, basically this is the pedal. So when I will accelerate the motor, the speed is changing. Okay, so it is similar to what we have shown, but we have added more control features. Okay, so what different types like what different aims you can achieve in Automation Studio is first is if you see the battery. Okay, so like Shraddha shown you the battery, and the battery we have in the battery, you can define the charging and discharging curve, right? So in the characteristics curves, sorry, in the technical specification, first you need to select the simplified or advanced model, and there you can define a charging and discharging curve. So like with respect to the vehicle speed, how your battery is discharging, that you can observe. So here the red red plot, if you are seeing, that is the state of charge of the battery. So as I accelerated the motor, there was a sudden drop in the state of charge of the battery. Okay, so earlier it was 100%, and then as I accelerated the motor, there was sudden drop in the state of charge. So that you can see how your battery is discharging. Okay, similarly, it is a two-way, right? So it is regenerative battery. So if you fed back, if you like do the regenerative behavior, and if you fed back that ex, uh, excess motor power to back to the battery, it will charge from that state. So like if it is discharge from 100 to 90, and if you fed back to the power, it will again recharge from 90 to 100. So that simulation you can do in Automation Studio. Then the next like in this project, what we had done, we had tested this particular vehicle for NDC and UDESS cycle. Okay, so NDC is New European Driving Cycle. So like in Europe, if any particular vehicle, if they want to check that performance of that vehicle, they need to go through this cycle. Okay, so if you on the internet, it is basically a acceleration and deceleration cycle uh, for a particular time, that the graph they have given. Okay, so in the logic, so in the second page, controller logic, we have designed the controller for all that. Okay, so this controller logic we have defined over here. So if you see here in NDC, okay, so this is the graph what we have plotted. So this is the graph which is available on the internet, and every vehicle should pass this. Okay, so here automatically we are accelerating the motor for say this time span, and the acceleration quantity will be 15. Then like this, with respect to time, we are accelerating and decelerating the motor, and for that cycle how your battery is performing, so that you can check in this particular project. So like if I again start the motor, if I select for NDEC cycle, I will start the cycle, put it on the ignition, and I set the forward. Okay, so I have started the cycle. So see, with respect to time, as we have plotted in the that particular cycle or the Y-Bax plotter, it will automatically accelerate and decelerate the motor or the vehicle, and the state of charge of the battery will vary. Okay, so according to the plot, the battery acceleration and deceleration will vary, and you can check the performance of the battery. So like that, you can see like the particular ampere rating or the battery rating that you have chosen is sufficient for the NDC cycle or UDSS cycle, that you can check. You can check the performance of the battery, you can check performance of the motor. Uh, the terrain also you can adjust. So for the different, you can define another variable according to your terrain. You can change the load of the motor, and that change in the load of the motor, how it is affecting the battery, that you can check. So like this is how you can do the uh, ele electric vehicle projects in Automation Studio. Are there any questions?
No, none. At least I don't have any. I
Okay.
presume this is being recorded, right, Sarji?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like this complete demo and all. This complete demo, whatever
Okay.
is.
Sure.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah. So one of the like we have explained like how you can do the simulations in Automation Studio, right? Then one next thing is we can also do the wiring. Okay, so not only the simulation in Automation Studio can be used for the wiring purposes. So if I just open one file, just one second. Okay, so like the simulations are you can do in Automation Studio, but if you just want to do the wiring circuit of the electric vehicle, so this is the wiring we had done for the lighting system. So these are like front lights, these are the left and right indicators, these are the rear lights, so the brake lights. That if you want to do the wiring, how the wiring harness in the electric vehicle will look like, and the controller, that you can also do in Automation Studio. So here, like if I run the simulation, it will be just a basic. Uh, so with the indicator, if I turn it to right, these lamps will glow. Then if I turn it to the left, these lamps will glow. So the basic lighting diagram for the electric vehicle that you can draw. So for the on the manufacturing side, if they want to refer the wiring diagram, you can use the Automation Studio to draw that particular wiring diagrams also. So you can try and simulate also, and also it will be useful for the wiring diagram. Okay. Are there any questions? Shraddha, you can take control if there are not any questions.
Okay, we'll just wait if there are any questions, or if not, I'll take. Mm. Irani sir, is it okay, or you have any question?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, madam. I was just listening to him. I was talking about the ease of preparing this circuit on a single layer. You see, normally first I will be doing maybe circuit front indicators with upper dipper, then maybe to the indicators, maybe to the braking light. So I don't know. I think it will be allowing in layers.
Yes,
I just
definitely.
finish one circuit first, then I finish the second electrical, third electrical, and then I overlay them and form a final one.
Yes, sir. It is irrespective. Like if you are connecting the required part of the input and output, you can simulate only that part as well.
I'm
Yes.
not talking about simulating. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
designing
creating the
as well.
circuit.
Yes, designing as well.
Yes. So basically, in Automation Studio, you can create a different layers. So if you go in the tools, no.
I got my answer. If you can,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got my yes. That's what I wanted. That can I do it in different layers?
Yes, we
Yeah.
have a layer manager. Here you can create up to 8 or 9 layers. And
More than
also
enough.
if, sorry?
More than enough. Chalega.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And also, you can create essential subdivisions and locations also. So circuits and subcircuits, essential subdivisions and locations. and harness and modules. So we have a different builders for that also. So your circuit you can divide in these subcircuits or subdivisions and locations, or you can use the layers. And even the layers have, and the like circuits and subcircuits, they have the option of simulation also. So you can select which layers you want to select, you want to simulate, or you want to, if you draw the circuit, you can make visible or invisible the particular layer. So that you can do.
Perfect. Thank you. Got it.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions, sir?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Is there any other question?
Hello.
Can you hear me, sir?
Very faintly, madam.
Hello. Better now?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was asking, is there any other question?
Not so far. Not so far.
Okay, sir. Then we will send this recording to you. And if you have any questions, sir, you can let us know later as well. And also, if possible, I'll try to get a better answer for the question you had. Yeah.
Hello, Shraddha and Sarang.
Yes, sir.
What I will be doing is that when we are going to talk to the automotive departments in colleges separately,
Mm-hmm.
I will arrange for maybe specific demo, customer targeted, university targeted, or it can be a group. So I will require you all to do the demo for that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay, Shraddha.
Okay.
Now, I would like to even see what you have in the renewable energy also. वो भी दिखा दो यार.
Yes, sir. So renewable energy, we have both wind turbines and solar panels.
Cover करना. Do it.
Just a minute, sir. I'll check the files.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will be okay if
This
I
is all.
directly show the files, right? You don't need to
Ah,
draw the
ah.
circuit from
See,
scratch.
I want to, no, don't build it from scratch. Show me the pre-prepared models given by you and simulate them and explain what all and where are the parameters which can be changed.
Yes.
First, I want to know how many components are available in the wind, what all I would say the library contains. Then
Okay.
in solar, what does the library contain? And
Yes.
just maybe one existing model. And what are the parameters when you click on the icon? What are the parameters which will change? So where we
Okay.
can, how refined is that component is what we will be able to see.
Yes.
Kar lo.
I'll show. Yes, yes. Actually, even we are new
So
to this, so we have. Yeah, go ahead,
1
sir.
minute, Shraddha.
Yes.
Yeah, Venkatesh this side. Do
Yeah.
you have any marketing material for this automotive package? Like what kind of experiments institute or university can cover using automotive package of Automation Studio? Because in general brochure, okay, we cannot highlight that. If you have such material created in PDF format or so, it will be very helpful to address those institutes or the departments. Like
Yes, sir.
what kind of components, what kind of particular circuits they, or you might have studied the overall automotive syllabuses or something like that, wherein it can be addressed directly without giving a general, without going for a general approach.
Okay. I don't have it. I'll check with my sales team here. and in Montreal, and if I guess they will be having it, so I'll ask them to send it.
Sure.
The
Thank you.
marketing and sales team. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Just a minute. I'll open. Okay. So here, I hope you're able to see the screen. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay. So this here is an example of a wind turbine generator. Just a minute. Auto save is in progress. So here we have this wind generator, which will generate the effect of wind on the project, and it will be on the complete project, like not only to a particular circuit. If you place the wind generator once here, it will create that much amount of wind with that we enter in it. Just a minute. And then here we have this wind sensor. For example, if I double click this wind generator, here we have the access to the different properties of this wind generator. Here you can enter the maximum wind speed, and here you have the wind speed model. For example, by none you will be having a fixed speed, that is 30. By curve you will be in wind speed curve. Here you will be able to draw curve for the type of or the values of the wind. Then by slider you will be able to vary the wind during simulation. So these three types of control are available for this wind generator. Then here the wind operation model in the help as well, all the help related to this model is given. What all are the different means what different type of model does. So now as the help is online, it takes a bit to open it. Okay. So here we have this wind generator and the different types of models to it. The wind direction loop model, wind speed loop mode, etc. And then here we can give the direction and speed. And all this direction here, you can edit it. If you select here the particular mode, then you can select the wind direction here. If you select the speed mode, you will be able to change the speed. Also by variable assignment, you will be able to link the variables of this end cycle of this generator. Now when this wind generator is, you assign a particular wind. Here we have taken a wind sensor which will measure it. Here we have taken this turbine. We have this turbine and the wind energy here it is converted, and the out here we have taken this measuring instrument to measure the output power, output speed and output torque. So this we have given to a gearbox. Here we have used a clutch to connect and disconnect it, and here we have taken a gearbox to amplify it, and then a brake is taken, and then here a generator is taken, and to this generator we have added one electrical load. So for example, now if I start the simulation, so right now just a second. Yeah, so right now 20 meter per second wind is generated in this project, and that is operating my wind turbine here. Now if I close the clutch, so 4 kilowatt power is being generated by using this wind. So if I add the external load, So depending upon the amount of load you want, of amount of load that is being attached to this generator, that much of power will be consumed. So if you add a brake, it will show the effect here. If you increase this wind, the power will increase. Right now it is in slider mode. This wind generator is in slider mode. That's why I can change the wind during simulation as well. So if I increase it, it will affect the power. So in this wind turbine also there are different parameters. If you go in the data, here there are different, you have the access.
Shraddha, what I wanted to ask is that in these wind turbines, I have got certain what are called as safety limits. The
Okay.
minute the wind speed goes beyond the limit, either the turbine angle, that is the blade angle, should change to reduce the resistance, and or it should declutch. Does it do this also? I am
Yes, sir.
increasing force. Okay, my force is increasing for a given blade angle.
Yes.
So that speed is being transmitted further. But here, if I change the pitch and the roll of the blade, how does it come into play?
Okay. Just even we are new to it, so we have not explored it much,
Okay.
but I'm definitely
No,
sure
no
it
problem.
will be possible to be done.
Yeah, I just
Yes.
wanted to know.
Yeah.
Number two, when you see when it comes into overload condition or overspeed condition, not overload, overspeed condition, the blades turn exactly at 180 degrees to the wind motion, and the system gets declutched. Say, for
Okay.
example, like a storm condition.
Yes.
Continue. Just note my
Uh,
question, and
Yes, yes.
as it comes over time, you can answer them to me and you can feed me that inputs. Thank you.
Yes.
Please proceed. Please
You're
proceed.
saying something, Sarah?
yes, sir. The feature that you were mentioning. So like we have two different types of wind turbine generators in our library. One is the fixed pitch and another is the variable pitch blade. So the feature that you told, the wind pitch will change according to the if speed is that you can achieve in with variable speed pitch blade angle turbine. So should the in actually drive and
Sorry.
transmission in energy sources. Yeah, so these two very models we have. So if you want to
Great.
change the uh, pitch of the blade, that you can do with the second
No,
model.
I don't want to change. This is automatically that happens. Nobody changes the pitch. The yaw and the
No,
pitch is not changed. It happens according to the wind load friend.
yeah, but in our model we have provision to change that, but you need to create a build a logic. So it is not automated wind turbine. You will need to build a logic. We have given the variables, so with using those variables you can change the pitch. But
No, the minute I change the pitch, it again become fixed like the one which is shown previously.
yeah, but see, like it is depend on the turbine model, right? So one turbine
See,
is
all
suitable for.
turbine. No, to my knowledge, there are no fixed pitch in your wind turbines anymore.
Mhm.
They are all variable pitch your blades.
Yeah, but like the
And nobody changes it manually, automatically changes itself according to the wind speeds.
yes. Uh, means but in automation studio you will need to write a logic for that, for see like how much speed, how much angle it should change, that is
I can.
written. So yeah, so that logic you
Great,
can write in automation studio.
great. That logic I can feed it to my turbine,
Yes, that you can do. So we
to the
have
blade.
those variables. Yeah, we
You
have
can see
those
these
variables.
variables here.
And
Go
by
ahead, Sarang.
accessing those variables, you can change that. So right now, see, we don't know for what speed the angle change by how much. That
Correct,
different for different manufacturer, right? So
correct,
we have a provision to change that. So in
correct.
SFC or in block diagram, you need to write that logic and that you can feed to the turbine. So we have the
Okay.
option to do
So
that. Okay.
at least we have the option of changing the pitch and yaw depending upon the wind speeds and the direction,
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
So,
Both.
yeah, great. Thank you.
Yep. So yes, this was one example of wind turbine. There is one more video I'll show. Uh, this we have created the CAD. Like maybe it will show what Sarang was saying now.
Yeah, actually, Shraddha, this is hydraulic circuit to change
Yes.
what just sir told. So if you want to
Yes.
change the pitch of the according to wind speed, this is the automated hydraulic circuit we have drawn. Uh, but in the wind turbine, we have given with the variables. So with
Yes.
variables, we can change that.
Yep. Okay. So this was our wind. I'll just make Sarang presenter. He'll show the solar.
Sarang sir,
Yeah.
you are showing the through Automation Studio. Can we cover solar thermal, solar PV, solar hybrid, all three?
Solar PV. So right now we have a solar PV cells, photovoltaic cells in our library.
Uh-huh.
I will show you that.
Do
So
we
in
have
that,
thermal?
thermal, no, I don't think we have a thermal.
Like for
Means,
example, heat pumps and collectors and condensers and those units?
no, we don't have that.
No.
We just have a simple solar panel.
So that means you are only in solar PV.
Yeah, solar PV.
Please. Thank you.
Okay. So in solar PV also, like if I show you, in electrotechnical IC, in power, uh, in energy sources, we have this photovoltaic. In that, we have a photovoltaic generator and photovoltaic cell. So basic, the inside the both are properties are both are same for both. Here in photovoltaic, again we have different models. Okay, so the single diode model or the two diode model we have for the solar panel, we have modeled that. So if you select accordingly, you can change the parameters. So according to that, so like for the single diode model, you can set emission constant and like that. So all the different parameters you can choose. And if you are not uh, like if you don't have that data, you can choose by curve and say like for each solar panel we have the voltage and current curve. So IV curve for according to the irradiance we have, that you can put in the IV curve. So here you can put the IV curve. So if you choose by the curve, you can do that. And if you have the data for the single diode model or the two diode model, that data you can put over here. So that's how you can model your solar PV. Then, like Shraddha told, to create the ambience, right? So you need to create solar energy in this particular project. So for the ambient generator, we have a irradiance generator. So if I put this irradiance generator in one project, it will create a solar rays in all over the project. So again, over here also we have a different controls. So in irradiance model, you can control the irradiance. Okay, so like the school projects that we usually see, what they do, they collect data for a particular region throughout the day, right? So that data with respect to time, how your irradiance is changing, that you can plot over here. So throughout the day, how my solar rays are changing, intensity is changing, that you can plot. The wavelength curve, if I select here by curve, I will just show you by curve, modeling by curve. Okay, so if I select the curve, then the wavelength also, with respect to time, the wavelength of the uh, sun changes. So that also you can plot over here. In the coordinates, you can put the azimuth angle. Yeah.
Sarang, can I
Yes.
connect this automation studio to a metronome external data system where, depending upon my location, my climate, etc., it will automatically take the azimuth angles, movement, travel, all that. The solar moon calculation, because
Yeah.
you know there are these databases worldwide.
Yes. Yeah, I'm aware about that. But sorry, right now we don't have that option in Automation Studio. So all you need to do, like, you can download that data in Excel and you can plot that graph over here. So like you can change the graph, right? So directly you cannot link, but you can download that data, you can copy it in Excel and you can plot that over here. Direct linking is not possible.
Okay.
Okay, so similarly, the azimuth angle and all also that you can change, the solar altitude angle and the azimuth angle, the wavelength and the irradiance. So again, if I just run the simulation, so here what we are doing, basically we have taken a three different generators. Okay, like I told earlier, once you enter, it will be common for the all project, but here we have taken three and we have allocated a different subcircuits. So as I told you, we can define subcircuits in that. So I have defined three different subcircuits for each solar panel. So the irradiance, like this is the separate sun for the each panel, and how it is changing, you can change it by the slider, and that's how we are changing irradiance of each and every, and according to the irradiance, it is changing the output. These three we have connected parallel. The total power or the total voltage we are combined over here. We are giving it to the buck boost converter. Buck boost converter, we are operating at the maximum power transfer. So by changing this slider, we are actually controlling the duty ratio of the buck boost converter, D. So that's why how we can set for the maximum power transfer point. If I set it to that, it will transfer the maximum power to the output. The battery, again, we can charge and discharge according to discharge curve, and if you connect it to the load, it will power will be fed to the load. Okay, so that's how you can do the photovoltaic simulations in Automation Studio. Are there any doubts?
Yes, Sarang, thank you.
Okay. Shraddha, you can take over again.
Sarang, can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
what you are explaining is this what automotive library.
Hello.
Renewable is there. It's a part of 7 Automation Studio 7. How about your automotive library? Is it a part of Automation Studio 7.0, or how
Sure.
exactly their structure is?
Actually, sir, your voice it had dropped in between, so we couldn't get your question completely. So just can you
See,
repeat
my
it once again?
Shraddha,
Yeah. Yes.
my question is, what automotive library which you have explained right now,
Yes.
is this a part of Automation 7.0?
I guess yes. It is either 7.0 or SR1, I guess. Which version you are having right now?
No, we have 7.0 with us,
Okay. So
but
uh,
we are not
you don't
sure
have.
whether this automotive.
You can just try opening the library. For example, you know how to open a customized library.
No, Praveen
Besides,
Bell sir is looking into technical. I am in sales, so I'm just asking you,
yes, yes,
automotive, what you have explained right now, is it a standard part of Automation Studio
yes,
7.0, or do
yes.
I need to purchase it separately?
No, no, no. It is not a separate one. It will be there
Yeah,
in the.
Shraddha.
Y- yes,
Hello.
yes, sir.
This is Praveen speaking.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
1 minute. Just hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's a in the model
Uh, I
AE.
I
Yeah.
lost you again, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
See, around 2 years back, there was an automotive brochure sent to us from Farmic. Okay.
Okay.
Now, in
Okay.
that, besides the main libraries for electrical, there was a special library for vehicle called SAE.
Okay. Okay.
SAE,
Yes.
Vehicle
Yes.
SAE library.
Yes.
So, is that there on the left? This thing, because we don't have that right now.
Uh, do you have the DC electrical library? This what
See,
I
DC
showed?
electrical comes as a custom library. DC electrical, solar, renewable, all that is as a custom library that we have.
Okay.
But for vehicle
SAE you
specifically,
don't
there
have.
was a vehicle SAE library,
Yes.
which
Yes.
around 6 months back I had a trial version for, I think, 1 month from Canada. I got it. So I
Yes.
think
Yes. I
that
know
needs to
there was
be
one.
purchased separately.
Okay. I will need to check with the sales team regarding this again because we are
Please
also
check that,
technical
because yeah,
ones. Yes.
it is S. Ask
Okay.
them for SAE.
Yes. Yes. I am aware there was such a library like this,
Yeah, so we
but
need to
I
know
just
that
don't know
because.
whether. Yeah. Yeah. I just
So
don't know
whatever we
whether
showed, whether we
it
need
is
to
to be
purchase
taken.
that at an extra cost, we need to figure that out.
Okay. Okay.
And
Sure.
what
I'll
are the
check with the
components
sales
there?
team, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Definitely.
Acha, what you showed just now, whatever you built in vehicle, uh, you did not use any SAE library, correct? This was all from the
No. No.
main electrical.
Yes. I'm not sure exactly, but I guess that SAE library components are present in. Had you ever seen the SAE library components? What were there?
I had seen, but I don't remember right now.
I guess they are included in this itself, but I'm not sure. Again, I'll get check with the
Yeah,
sales
just
team.
cross check that for us.
Yes, yes. Because all the test documents that we showed you in today's demonstration, they are built directly from the library components itself. No separate SAE library components are used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Acha, another thing I want to, there was a question sometime back by Irani that can you automatically change the pitch, yaw, angles, etc., depending on wind conditions. So
Mhm.
I guess we can build a small control block system which can do that.
Yes, as Sarang said, maybe you can write a SFC or a block diagram and then control the variables of it. You can create a logic
So we have
by
access to the
SFC.
variables of that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you have all that variable access.
But if Canada has something like that already, just check. See,
Yes, yes.
educational people will not sit and build all this. Very frankly,
Yes.
you'll have to give them some,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
ready-made experiment test beds.
Yes. I'll
Check
ask
that
for
one.
more demo files if they have.
Yeah, if they have, yeah.
Yeah,
Anything
sure.
else? I shall find out.
Acha, Shraddha,
Yes.
uh, sometime back we had received the modules of Automation Studio or packages of Automation Studio. Okay,
Okay. Sorry.
and these packages, if I compare with complete package and the automotive package, it seems the
Sorry to
same. Hello,
actually I am sorry to interrupt. I'm hearing echo. That's why I'm not able to get your question properly.
just a second.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hello, now
Yeah.
it is okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Better. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
what I was asking is, sometime back we received Automation Studio packages. Okay, you know the packages:
Mm-hmm.
complete, IFP, hydraulic light, and pneumatic. All that. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now, if
Yes.
I compare a automotive package and a complete package, okay, it seems
Mm-hmm.
both the packages seems similar. Only except that ACE and all. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
there is a question that if a customer goes for an automotive package, okay, will he be able to simulate the hydraulics, pneumatics, and all other control circuit which we do in a complete package also?
Okay.
Because the libraries are look similar: hydraulics and proportional hydraulics, pneumatics and proportional pneumatics, component sizing, mechanical linkages, electrical controls, except your that ACE standard, one line
Mm-hmm.
technical PLCs, all four PLCs, then HMI, SFC, digital electronics, diagnostic, embedded view, sequence diagram, bill of material. I don't know if automotive has block diagram or not right now. Okay, but it because it was not mentioned that time. So my question is, if
Mm-hmm.
a customer goes for a automotive package of Automation Studio, will he be able to do all the work which we are already pitching for Automation Studio for hydraulics, pneumatics, and mechatronics?
Okay.
Or these libraries contains the different components altogether?
Okay, sir. Again, I'll need to check this with the
Yeah,
sales team.
please check, because
Yeah. Yeah. So let
no,
me repeat your question.
the reason I ask you this, because we haven't addressed the automobile department till now. Okay, as
Yes.
far as the pricing goes, you might not be aware, but whatever we received from my management, these seems automotive package is costlier than the complete package of Automation Studio. Okay,
Yeah.
so with that additional price, if they get everything, why not cover the 2-3 department at one go, like mechanical, automobile, and even the electrical also for renewable kind of. Okay, so if
Yes.
you
Yes.
could
I'll
get,
ask. So if I get
yeah,
your question correctly, what you mean to ask is if one purchases the automotive library, will he get the different other libraries like electrotechnical, mechanical, and hydraulics, right? Along with it.
right. See,
Okay.
there is one now. The added question, you mentioned automotive library. Okay, now what we
Mm-hmm.
received is the automotive package. See, package and libraries are different. Like your renewable library is a add-on library, right? It can be downloaded free of cost, as we got confirmation from Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Libraries are different. I'm not talking about the libraries.
Yes.
I'm talking
Yes.
about a package which contains somewhere around 22 modules. Okay,
Right.
so the
Right.
automotive package contains
Okay.
similar number of libraries, I would say. So not libraries, I would say module in our language, as the
Mm-hmm.
complete package. So if one goes for an automotive package of Automation Studio, will he be able to do all the work which we are? You must be knowing, like COEP has a complete package, right? COEP
Yes.
has
Yes.
complete package, but they don't have an automotive package. So if
Okay.
somebody goes for automotive package, will he be able to access all the modules which are there in complete package also?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I have noted your question. Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, we'll definitely answer it. Because
Right.
again,
Thank you,
me
sir.
and Sarang, we both are from the technical team. So all these
I do
answers
understand.
we'll
I
need
do
to.
understand.
will
No,
be
I do understand.
testing.
Actually, day before yesterday, I come across one of such customer, okay, and
Yes,
my colleague also. So we were not sure whether it will happen or not. So that's why we requested for this demonstration.
yes.
Okay,
Okay, I'll
right,
check and will surely get back.
right. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So, so far, just to summarize, I have to get back to you regarding the question Venkatesh sir just now asked, whether if one purchases the automotive package, then will he be able to do the other module as well? Then second, regarding the SAE library, do we need to purchase it separately or it will be in the package itself? And please remind me if anything else is there. I have noted down these two questions.
That is all from, at least from my side. Irani sir has asked for something. I hope you noted down.
Yes, that regarding the technical sir, right? The terrain
Yes,
question.
right, right.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
Shraddha.
Yes, sir.
Shraddha.
Yeah. I can hear you, sir.
Hello. I'm sorry, I
Hello.
can hardly hear you.
Sorry. Is it audible now?
1 minute. Huh?
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah.
It was a
Go
mistake
ahead,
at my
sir.
end.
No
Yeah.
problem, sir.
Is it possible to prepare a small list of the libraries provided in wind, in solar, and in automotive? Because that will be the crux of, or that will be the fundamental. You see, I cannot show the software every time to them, to the customer, but definitely he will, if he knows that these are the things available within the library, that means he knows what all he can build and to what extent. So it's a,
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Please finish.
yeah. So this was one important point which I wanted to bring up. It's mainly to do with marketing. That here,
Mm-hmm.
if you can give me the list of the components within the library in a sheet. So what is there in wind? What is the library of the solar? And what is the library of the automotive?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes,
That's
sir.
how, what happens is, along with our explanation, when we talk to them, we can very
Mm-hmm.
clearly tell them that this is the libraries available. So
Okay.
over there itself, he will ask me questions. Do you have this? Do you have this? Or you don't have this?
Okay.
So this will help me narrow my customers. Otherwise,
Okay.
a full demo is done, and then he says, no, this is something which I wanted, and that is not there. So an effort of an entire demo will be lost. And I want
Yeah.
to conserve time and energy on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
This is the importance of what I was asking.
Yes.
Can you please do
So
that, Ma?
yes, sir, I have noted your point. I'll surely
Lovely,
pass on this message to the marketing team. So to summarize,
lovely.
what you need is you have a showstopper that every time you cannot show the software to the prospect.
Correct,
So if you're
correct.
giving this demonstration, you need a list. It would be a Excel or anything, any a list.
No, it
Uh,
can be a Word document.
okay. So you need a list of the components that are present in
Please,
these particular
I will
libraries.
I will put it again to you.
Hmm.
There are people who are working in wind. There are people who are working in automotive. There are people who are working in solar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the person who is working in automotive, there are two levels. One is at UG level. I can tell everything. That is not a problem, because here it is basic introduction to automotive, introduction to wind, introduction to solar. But once when you start talking to the top-notch colleges, the universities, IITs, NITs, then they will be interested in knowing more than what the tool can do. So once I have a set of library with me, I will know the strength and the limitation. Immediately the customer will also know. So he knows, okay, these are within the purview of what he is doing. Please demonstrate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
So yes, we have taken this note as well.
Yeah. Then send me the recording.
Yes, we'll definitely send the link.
Yeah.
Yes.
Acha, one more. You must, I don't know, I have not gone through the different modules into this area, but
Mhm.
do you have already pre-prepared models of automotive, wind and solar?
Like already prepared files, you mean demo files?
Yes.
Yes, there are few.
Good.
At
In
my end,
M3,
the few. Yes, wind, like I had shown you one, Sarang showed you one for solar, and automotive, yes, the ones we
yeah,
showed in the demonstration.
yeah. I will tell you why. The justification. If you have any number, send me all those numbers. If you have got 10 experiments, send me 10. Why? When you come
Yeah.
down to UG and below, maybe even to diplomas and ITIs, they will not have the wherewithal, and neither are they required to prepare models. They are not interested in modeling. They don't have the capability because of either the educational load or depending upon the qualification. Because of both of these two factors, they don't have the capability to model or the time to model. But if they already have ready-made pre-prepared models, they can change parameters of the component, simulate, and then show how the system works.
Yeah.
That's why I want those experiments.
Yes.
If
We will convey this. Yes, sir.
if they are not a part of the product, if they are done, if it is an activity you have done on your own for demonstrating, for teaching, or for anything, please send those files to Praveen.
Okay.
They have to be automation files. Means he
Okay.
should be able to open it in Automation Studio.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma.
I'll definitely convey all these points to the sales team and get back to you with all the answers.
Thank you so much. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yes, sir. Thank you, nice.
Bye.
Thank you so much for all your time, and have a
Bye.
nice day. Take care. Bye.
Bye, dear. God bless you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.